it's all said and done.
It's a game of 37. That's good for a Browns first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Protection. 180. Let's go, T. Let's go. King. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Baker Mayfield, in all likelihood, is going to be seeing a lot of these Cincinnati Bengals in the coming years, twice this season. And he got off to a great start last year as a rookie against Cincinnati. 7 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and 2 wins. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham for the win. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
At their own 27-yard line.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield. and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Check 42 to Mike. Check 42. Go. Check 3. Hey.
Third and long. It's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. That one good for 33 and a first. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Levante David in on the tackle. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later. Mayfield finding Beckham, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter. It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty. Now Joe Mixon, and he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That really sets him back, a loss of 6. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up.
Hey, 4 down. Shift.
Now on 2nd and 16, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson, give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Check 43. Shoot.
From the gun, here's Watson. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. He takes this for about 6, down inside the 40. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Check 42's the mark. Check 42's the mark.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
First down, Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Watch the safety creep.
They run. Chubb. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Landry, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, 31. Mike 4-2. Mike 4-2. Come on.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Hey, Mike. 42. Wild bill. 42 to Mike. Hey, 59. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Hey, 24. Check 52.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Landry brushes him off. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone will come.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Motion, I got one. Alert. 42. Watch the run. Echo, echo. Mike's 42. Mike's line up, line up. Line up.
Watson now from the gun. He'll throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson airing one out for Boyd. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
To throw is Watson. Forced out to his left. Caught Eifert over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Mixon. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Watson now to throw. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Down, he's coming. Down, let's go.
Keep feeding him.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 29-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Mayfield now. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. He was looking for Landry that time. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Joe Schobert coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Watson. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hold the look. Hold. Got Mike 42.
Watson operating from the gun. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
42 the mic.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Through an opening, and there he goes. 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Malone. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
Mixon with a first down carry. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To the left side here for Eifert. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
20. Watch 55. You must be dreaming.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Others can bring food to your door, but can they deliver high fives, create mini stampedes, or bring you instant hero status? McDonald's delivers something more. Delivering happy. McDonald's with Uber Eats. New user, get $5 off.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd and 12, Murray. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. No score after one on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Third and 2, and here's Murray. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check, nigga. Check 37. Check 37.
Fights him off. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
This is Logan. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go now. AT Gator. Go. He's crashing.
They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Alert, alert. Mike's 43. Mike's 43. We ain't giving up nothing today. 43 is the Mike. Heat these two. Let's put them on the buses. That's good. No spacing. 44.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
Black 20.
On first down, Connor, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
At their 49-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
It's just me and you.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
It's a pickup of 6.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
That's it.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Set. Like 80. Double ball. Mike's 43. Hey, echo. 43. What we got? What we got? What we got? 43 is the Mike. 43 is the Mike. Get that quarterback. What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? Let's go.
On third down, Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They'll run on first down. It's Connor, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
He's done. 24. 4 down. Check. 43 is the Mike. 43 black.
Here's Roethlisberger. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Check 55, 55, my God, 55. Rip left.
Murray now on first down. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now Snell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Alert, alert. Hey, Zoo.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. He's got a man. Complete. Give them 32 on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
On first down, it's Samuels. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Like 80. 43. Check, 43. Stay with your man. Like a third.
From the 36, Roethlisberger. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
43's the mic. Double. Coming to you. Undercross.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Tight dog.
They run with Logan. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
I'm coming after you.
On second down, here's Murray. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 36. Johnson running right. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Randy Gregory. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Check 31. Check 31. Get him on. You go tight. You got tight.
On play action, it's Murray. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Devin Bush in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Here's Andy Lee now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
58 for Mike. 58 for Mike.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
I got you, son. I got you, son. And 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Pick it up, guys. You too. Jack 15.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 37-yard line.
We got double up.
Now Murray off play action. Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, but now it'll be third down.
Makes it third down and 12 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Switch gears. 36.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And he's got Fitzgerald. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. The young buck finding the veteran there. There is 14 years separating Kyler Murray and Larry Fitzgerald. Murray turning 22 back on August 7th. And on August 31st, Larry Fitzgerald turned 36. But these two guys like each other, and it shows on the field. Murray now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's first and 10.
You ain't going nowhere. Mike, 50. Check, 55, Mike. All day.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Fitzgerald's got it right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. That catch is a big one. We got to note it. Ties him for number 2 all-time with Tony Gonzalez, 1,325 career receptions.
And didn't they always tell us to model our performance, model our games after the greats that came before us? Well, here's a great example of why he's at this number. Took care of himself off the field and really produced on it.
Able to find Isabella. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Throwing now is Murray. Spinning away. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check three. Kill. 55.
On the carry, it's Logan. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Well, where do you find that one in the playbook, Charles?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And sometimes what happens is guys want to make a big play, and they turn it into a really bad one. Sometimes you're best just to cut your losses and go down. I hope we don't see another play like that. I'll guarantee you the offensive coordinator, he's a...